She was the first woman ever created, but her legacy is so much more. Hawwa, the first to feel the sting of separation, the weight of regret, and the profound ache of loneliness. How did her extraordinary story begin? She was born in the perfection of paradise, surrounded by angels and breathtaking beauty. But one day, a whisper of waswasa changed everything. One single mistake brought her down to a silent, unfamiliar world. Suddenly, her connection to paradise was severed. She found herself completely alone under the burning sun of Jeddah. Thousands of miles from Adam, she had to survive in a world she didn't know, a world where every step was a challenge. Yet, her heart was filled with a powerful hope. She prayed, begging Allah for forgiveness and for a chance to be reunited with the husband she longed for. She wanted to mend the mistake they had made and see his face just one more time. This story forces us to ask some incredible questions. What was the secret of the forbidden tree? What does it truly tell us about human destiny? And what about the claims of another woman, Lilith, who some say was created before Hawwa? Where do these claims come from, and what does Islam say about them? Today, we are here to explore the forgotten side of Hawwa and the emotional, spiritual journey that shaped not just her life, but the destiny of all humanity. The story of Hawwa is intrinsically linked to the story of Prophet Adam, the very first human created by Allah. Adam was the most honored being Allah had ever made. He was fashioned from a mixture of soil and clay, and Allah breathed a part of his own spirit into him. Adam was given life and consciousness, and he began his existence in the magnificent gardens of paradise. He was surrounded by a world of incredible beauty, landscapes that shimmered with light, vibrant green trees, and rivers that flowed with crystal clear water. Yet, even in this perfect world, a profound loneliness began to grow in Adam's heart. Every other creature around him had been created in pairs, living in a perfect harmony that he couldn't share. He had no one to talk to, no one to share his thoughts and feelings with. This feeling of being utterly alone, even in paradise, started to take root deep within his soul. Of course, Allah, who knows all things, knew exactly what Adam was feeling. He decided to create a partner for him, a friend, a companion. But first, Allah wanted Adam to truly understand the weight of his loneliness. He needed to feel the emptiness, to understand the true value of having someone beside him. And so, after Adam had felt this powerful emotion, Allah prepared to give him a companion. One day, Allah caused Adam to fall into a profound and deep sleep. This was no ordinary rest. It was the beginning of one of the greatest miracles in all of creation. As Adam slept peacefully, Allah took a rib, the 13th rib, from his right side. This humble, protected rib was about to become the vessel for a new miracle. By the power of Allah, that rib began to transform. Slowly, a new human being took shape. Step by step, the process of creation unfolded, and when Hawwa finally opened her eyes, she found herself in the magical, shimmering gardens of paradise. She looked around in wonder at the bright green trees, the endless blue sky, and the tranquil flow of the clear rivers. But among all this beauty, one thing stood out more than anything else. Adam, lying next to her, still in a deep sleep. Hawwa felt an immediate warm connection in her heart. She didn't know who this man was, yet there was a deep sense of peace and closeness, as if he was a part of her. This feeling was a direct gift from Allah, part of the very secret of her creation. When Adam finally woke up, he saw one of the most beautiful beings in paradise standing before him. He saw Hawwa. His loneliness, which had once felt so heavy, was suddenly and completely gone. His heart was filled with a warmth he had never known before, a sure sign that he was no longer alone. He would now share his life with a partner who matched his soul. As the Quran beautifully states in Surah Al-A'raf, He is the one who created you from a single soul and made from it its partner so he may find peace with her. Why was Hawwa created from Adam's rib? The Quran does not provide a direct or detailed explanation of the exact process. However, in authentic hadiths, particularly those found in collections like Bukhari and Muslim, we find that she was indeed created from Adam's rib. Detailed descriptions and interpretations of this event are also found in various Quranic commentaries. For example, in the Tafsir of Tabari, it is recounted that Adam was alone in paradise. He fell asleep, and when he woke up, he saw a woman next to him. Adam, filled with curiosity, asked, "Who are you?" She replied, "I am a woman." He then asked, "From what were you created?" She answered, "From you." When he asked her purpose, she said, "To be your companion, so that you may find peace with me." A fascinating perspective found in some commentaries draws a parallel to the creation story found in the Torah. This view suggests that Allah did not create Hawwa from Adam's head so that she would not be proud and attempt to rule over him. He did not create her from his eyes so she wouldn't become jealous or covet the lives of others. He did not create her from his ears so she wouldn't be prone to gossip or be brought down by the words of others. He didn't create her from his mouth so she wouldn't speak unnecessarily or cause trouble. He didn't create her from his heart so that jealousy would not enter it, nor from his hands or feet so she wouldn't steal or walk without purpose. Instead, Hawwa was created from one of the most hidden and protected parts of Adam's body, his 13th rib. This rib is nestled deep within the chest, protected and close to the heart. This act of creation symbolizes that Hawwa was meant to be humble, simple, and close to her husband. She was to be his equal, a companion to be protected, not to be dominated or seen as a lesser being. These interpretations beautifully align with Hawwa's character, especially in the event that led to their departure from paradise. She did not blame Adam. Instead, she sought repentance and prayed to be with him again. Just as a rib supports and protects the vital organs, Hawwa was created to support and love her husband, a true partner in every sense. Adam, in turn, also did not blame her. He repented alongside her, living with a deep longing to be reunited with his soulmate. And now we arrive at the most critical moment in the destiny of humanity. Allah had placed Prophet Adam and Hawwa in a perfect life within paradise, granting them all kinds of blessings without limit. But there was one condition. They were forbidden to eat from one specific tree. This was not a punishment, but a divine test. It was a clear warning, meant to teach them that human freedom, while vast, comes with the heavy responsibility of obedience. As the Quran says in Surah Al-Araf, he said, "O Adam, live in paradise with your wife and eat freely from wherever you want. But do not go near this tree, or you will become among the wrongdoers." Allah had given them immense freedom, telling them not to worry that the fruits of paradise would ever run out. Yet, he set this one limit. By telling them not to go near the tree, not just to avoid eating from it, Allah emphasized the seriousness of the command. The word used in the verse, zulm, means wrongdoing or injustice. Crossing this boundary was a serious act of injustice against themselves. Some scholars have speculated about the tree's identity, suggesting it was wheat, grapes, or figs. However, the most balanced and common view is to not name the tree, as the Quran itself does not. The tree's name was not important. Its purpose as a test of obedience was what truly mattered. While Adam and Hawwa lived in peaceful bliss, there was one being who had been left out of this grand test, Shaitan. The story of his refusal to bow to Adam is recounted in Surah Al-Araf. When Allah commanded the angels to prostrate to Adam, they all obeyed except for Iblis, filled with arrogance. He declared himself to be better than Adam, claiming, "You created me from fire, but you created him from clay." Because of this arrogance, Iblis was cast out from the presence of Allah and cursed forever. The jealousy he felt toward humans poisoned his heart, filling him with a burning anger. He swore an oath to Allah that he would lead humanity astray. He said, "Because you have led me astray, I will sit on their straight path then. I will come to them from in front of them, from behind them, from their right and from their left, and you will find most of them ungrateful." Shaitan was banned from entering paradise, but he still had a powerful weapon, the ability of waswasa, or whispering evil thoughts. He could sense the deepest weaknesses in humans and use subtle, misleading suggestions to confuse their minds. Using this power, he drew near the gates of paradise like a voice from the shadows. He found Adam and Hawwa and prepared to make his first decisive move to break their peace. At first, Adam and Hawwa tried to ignore him. Allah's command had been clear: stay away from Shaitan and his traps. But Shaitan's whispers were like a gentle wind, subtly flowing into their minds. "I'm calling you," he said. "Why are you afraid? Come closer. I want to tell you a secret." Step by step, Adam and Hawwa were drawn toward the gate. Shaitan, seeing they were now within his grasp, smiled an evil smile and whispered again, "I know your Lord has forbidden you that tree, but have you ever asked why? Why did he forbid it? Because if you eat from it, you will become like the angels. You will never die. You will stay in paradise forever, just like those near Allah." These insidious whispers echoed in their minds. They hesitated, the seeds of doubt taking root. Becoming angels ... living forever. Shaitan had found their weakness. He continued, "Your Lord is stopping you from this. If you eat from the tree, you will stay here forever." Slowly, their eyes moved toward the forbidden tree. The fruit, which they had previously ignored, began to look more and more attractive. Shaitan's plan had worked perfectly. He had planted the seeds of waswasa in their minds, nurturing them with doubt and desire. He silently stepped back, knowing that they were now fighting a battle within themselves. And then the moment came. Adam and Hawwa, for just a moment, forgot Allah's clear command. They ate from the fruit of the forbidden tree. Shaitan's clever plan had succeeded, and their journey in paradise was about to end. It is crucial to understand an important point here, one that differs significantly from other religious narratives. In Islam, this event is not seen as an unforgivable original sin that stains all of humanity. In fact, the Arabic word for human, insan, comes from a root that means one who forgets. At first, Adam and Hawwa had resisted Shaitan's whispers. But slowly, the whispers distorted their perception, and they began to believe the tree might bring them closer to Allah. Ultimately, they forgot the divine command for a short time and made a mistake. As soon as they ate the fruit, the peaceful atmosphere of paradise was shattered. In a blink, their innocence was gone. Before this moment, they were pure and innocent, like children. They had no awareness of their private parts and lived in complete purity, untouched by sin or evil. Now, their minds were filled with a new awareness. They noticed each other's nakedness for the first time, and it filled them with shame. They frantically reached for leaves in paradise to cover themselves, a natural reaction that shows the inherent human sense of modesty. Then, the powerful divine voice of Allah shook the heavens and the earth. "Did I not forbid you from that tree? Did I not tell you that Shaitan is your clear enemy?" These divine words struck them with a deep, crushing regret. Allah's command had been so clear and his warning so explicit, yet they had been tricked by the whisperer. Overwhelmed by their mistake, Adam and Hawwa immediately turned to Allah, asking for forgiveness. In that moment, they took shelter in his infinite mercy, uttering the most beautiful and powerful prayer: "Our Lord, we have wronged ourselves. If you do not forgive us and have mercy on us, we will truly be among the losers." This prayer was a testament to their deep regret and their absolute hope in Allah's mercy. It showed that even after their mistake, their loyalty to Allah was unwavering. But it was now clear that they could no longer remain in paradise. Paradise was a place of perfect obedience and purity, and they had failed the test. Allah decreed that they would be sent to a new world, a world of struggle and challenges, Earth. They would leave the peaceful gardens of paradise to face the harsh realities of mortal life. Go down as enemies to each other, Allah commanded. You will live on the earth for a time, and there you will find your means of living. This was a new beginning for humanity, a new chapter written not in perfection, but in perseverance. Allah sent Adam and Hawwa down to different parts of the earth. According to some narrations, Adam was sent to Serendip, now known as Sri Lanka, while Hawwa was sent to the region of Jeddah in Arabia. This separation was one of the greatest tests of their lives. Each of them, alone and in different parts of the world, prayed to Allah for forgiveness and longed to be reunited. They turned to their Lord with sincere hearts, hoping for mercy and an end to their separation. In Jewish and Christian sources, Hawwa is often blamed for eating the forbidden fruit. The book of Genesis in the Torah states that Hawwa was tricked by the serpent, ate the fruit, and then gave it to Adam. In this narrative, Hawwa plays a more active role and is often seen as the primary cause of humanity's fall. This tradition led to the idea of original sin, particularly in Christianity, where women were sometimes viewed as having a lower status due to Hawwa's perceived fault. However, Islam presents a fair and balanced view, holding both Adam and Hawwa equally responsible for their mistake. Neither one is blamed more than the other, and both immediately sought forgiveness. This compassionate and equal perspective is a hallmark of the Islamic narrative. Because of the tradition that blamed Hawwa for the sin, some modern feminist groups have found an alternative female figure to use as a symbol, a woman named Lilith. Today, the name Lilith is mentioned frequently, but her story is not from the Quran or any authentic Islamic source. The story of Lilith originates from Jewish mythology, not the Bible. In this myth, Lilith is said to be the first woman, created alongside Adam before Hawwa. The myth claims that because Lilith was created like Adam, from clay, she considered herself as equal. She refused to let Adam rule over her and demanded equality. When Adam tried to command her, Lilith had a choice: obey and stay in paradise or leave to preserve her freedom. She chose the latter, leaving paradise to live near the Red Sea. Lilith's rebellion became a legend, and she was said to have become a demonic figure who was jealous of Adam than Hawwa's happiness. The myth claims she took the form of a snake to trick Hawwa into eating the forbidden fruit. As mentioned, this story is not found in the Christian Bible, nor is it mentioned in the Quran or any authentic Islamic beliefs. The story of Lilith is a part of Jewish folklore and was largely rejected by mainstream Judaism and Christianity. However, modern feminist movements have adopted Lilith as a powerful symbol of female resistance to patriarchal control and a figure of uncompromising freedom. Now let us return to the powerful events of Hawwa's life after her descent to earth. Allah sent Adam and Hawwa down from paradise on a Friday, the same day they were created. When Hawwa first arrived, her height was majestic, just like Adam's. Her feet were on the ground, but her head reached towards the heavens. She could hear the praises of the angels, a sound that reminded her of paradise and brought her a sense of peace. But then, Allah reduced the height of both Adam and Hawwa to 6 cubits. From that moment on, they could no longer hear the praises of the angels. This was part of Hawwa's new test on earth. She had to adapt to this new life and endure the pain of being far from paradise and far from her husband. She found herself alone in the hot, dry land of Jeddah, Arabia. The solitude, coupled with the distance from Adam, filled her with deep sorrow and a profound sense of helplessness. In paradise, all her needs were met instantly, and peace was everywhere. Life on earth was completely different. As time passed, the longing in Hawwa's heart only grew stronger. Far away, Prophet Adam felt the same way. He prayed constantly, begging his Lord for forgiveness for both himself and his wife. Deep down, They both knew this separation was a test. Hawwa spent her days in Jeddah with prayer and patience. Her incredible strength of character helped her survive. With the teachings of the angel Jibril, she learned how to find food, tend to plants, and tame animals. Even as she adapted to life on earth, her longing for paradise never left her. Every morning, she woke with the hope that she would see Adam again. Their prayers went unanswered for a long time, until one day, Adam made a special prayer. He said, "O Allah, forgive me for the sake of Muhammad." This prayer was immediately accepted by Allah. Surprised, Allah asked him, "How do you know about Muhammad?" Adam replied, "My Lord, when you gave life to my body, I opened my eyes and saw the name Muhammad written beside your name. In that moment, I knew that the one whose name is written beside yours must be your most beloved servant. That is why I asked for your forgiveness for his sake." Allah answered, "Yes, you have spoken the truth. O Adam, he is indeed my most beloved servant and will be the last prophet from your descendants. For his sake, I forgive you and Hawwa." And with that, the long wait was finally over. The first husband and wife of humanity were reunited at Mount Arafat. The storm in Hawwa's heart finally calmed the moment she saw Adam. Arafat was not just the place of their reunion. It was the symbolic start of a new beginning for all of humanity. Hawwa found peace beside her husband, and together they took the first steps into their new life on earth. After this joyous reunion, Allah commanded Adam to build the Kaaba, the first place on earth dedicated to the worship of Allah. Guided by the angel Jibril, Adam walked toward Mecca and laid the foundations of this holy structure. Each stone he placed was a symbol of his devotion. When the Kaaba was completed, he was taught how to perform tawaf, the act of walking around the sacred house, which became the first form of worship and submission to Allah on earth. After completing this noble task, Adam and Hawwa moved to Damascus to begin their new life together. Hawwa, already known as the first woman, was now about to earn another title, the first mother. As the mother of humanity, she carried the immense responsibility of continuing the human lineage. A new chapter in human history had begun. With Allah's blessings, Hawwa gave birth 21 times. In her first 20 births, she gave birth to twins, one boy and one girl each time. These children were the first blossoms of the human family. But during her 21st birth, something different happened. Only one baby boy was born. This child, named Prophet Shith, was one of the greatest gifts Allah gave to Adam and Hawwa. He would go on to play a critical role in continuing humanity and would also become a prophet, guiding the first people. But human history was not only filled with beauty and joy. One of the most painful moments in Hawwa's life came from a tragic event involving her own children. A disagreement between her sons, Qabil and Habil, led to the first murder in human history. Hawwa experienced the greatest pain a mother could ever face. She had to bury one of her sons while losing another to evil. This heartbreaking event filled her heart with an unimaginable sorrow. Adam and Hawwa mourned their loss for 100 years, grieving for their children. Many years passed. According to some sources, Adam lived for 2,000 years. Hawwa passed away 40 years after him, as decreed by Allah. Though there is no clear evidence of her burial place, many narrations say she died near Mecca and was buried in the Jannat al-Mu'alla cemetery. Another belief suggests she lies in a giant grave in Sri Lanka, resting beside Adam. Perhaps the most poignant moment in Hawwa's life was the day her son Qabil killed Habil. This tragic act of one brother killing another was the darkest day of her life, and it brought a deep sadness not just to her, but to all of humanity. Sadly, the world that witnessed Hawwa's tears still hasn't found peace. Today, there are 8 billion people on Earth, all of us children and grandchildren of Hawwa. Yet, just like the fight between Qabil and Habil, much of human history is filled with wars, conflicts between brothers, and the senseless spilling of innocent blood. Every day, thousands of innocent people, women and children become victims of these conflicts. If Hawwa were alive today, she would surely look upon the state of humanity with great sorrow. Her heart could not bear to see her children killing one another. But we, instead of standing up, continued to close our eyes and say, "This is not our problem." Remember what the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "Whoever stops a wrong from happening, that wrong will not harm him." So even if we cannot change everything, at the very least, let us speak out against injustice so that one day the same fate doesn't reach us. We have reached the end of our video. We hope you are moved by the powerful and often forgotten story of Hawwa. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss more videos like this. Share your thoughts in the comments and let us know which topics you'd like to see next. We read every comment. Until next time.